Between the dates of February 8th and February 25th, an old tradition took place. From around the world, athletes came together to compete to see who was the best of them all in the 2018 Winter Olympics. The 2018 Winter Olympics held 15 sporting events. Some of these include, but not limited to, ice hockey, snowboarding, alpine skiing, figure skating, bobsleighing, and fan favorite curling. Each sport has a unique type of competition to them that keeps it entertaining for viewers and competitive for athletes. With a vast amount of sports, there is an event for everyone to enjoy watching.
I'm a big fan of the alpine skiing, but also like luge and skeleton. Why? I think it's because I have a need for speed. But in all seriousness, it's because these athletes train ridiculously hard. It's a very challenging task and a very intimidating task. So I think the more challenging and intimidating it is, the more I would like to watch it.
As much as I love things like skiing and snowboarding and the classic stuff, curling is my favorite. I think it's just so entertaining, and I just think it's really fun to watch, and I've been watching it since I was little, and I never understood it, so I love watching it.
I'm most looking forward to curling, just because I enjoy curling, and I don't know why, but it's just really, really nice when they hit the rock out of the button is what it's called.
This year's Winter Olympics were held in Pyeongchang, South Korea. The city beat out Munich, Germany, and Annecy, France, with 63 votes out of 95 votes. The country has never hosted the Winter Olympics and have only hosted the Summer Olympics once back in 1988. With the city hosting the Olympics for the first time, many gave their take on whether they think the city was a good place to hold the Olympics.
I think yes, because it looks nicer from all the shots that they are taken from, so it doesn't look that bad.
I think that's pretty good. I think it's a good general location. It's like a popular place to go, I guess, as far as countries around there are concerned. It's like a major country, and they went all out for it. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter where it's at in relevance to everywhere else, as long as they went all out and decorated and things like that.
I think it's a great idea just because of the fact that they're uniting as a country that's had so much tension in the past. And it's good that they're uniting.
Along the topics of South Korea, one of the most controversial news of the year has come out of this year's Olympics with the fusion of North and South Korea. Although this is not the first time the countries have united for the Olympics, this time around has sparked controversy due to the increased tension of nuclear weapons use between the two. With such tension, students and teachers have many opinions and thoughts about this news.
I think it's hard for them because they don't communicate too much, and one country is more open and the other one is not. So probably if one fails from one country like North Korea and South Korea do something wrong, they will blame each other, and it will be a bad team.
I think it's absolutely a step in the right direction, and it's actually something that I feel was led from the top down, based on some of the research I've done in the region or on the region. So I think for the peninsula to come together, or at least use this as an opportunity to show friendship and act diplomatically, it's nothing to me but a good sign, a good step in the right direction, and it's pretty, I think, monumental.
I think I get where they were trying to do politically and stuff, I get all that, but at the same time, just you're two separate countries, and right now, with what's going on in the past, couple decades, honestly, just you're two separate countries right now, and just stay like that and make political statements in other ways,
On to the Olympics. The United States came home with a total of 23 medals, 9 in which were gold. Half of these gold medals came from the category of snowboarding, as Redmond Girard, Jamie Anderson, Chloe Kim, and Shaun White all won in their respective subcategories. With such talented performances from these athletes, it is hard to determine exactly which one is the best. However, a significant amount of people in Township think that one athlete stuck out over the rest of them.
How he's always been at the top of his sport, I'm going to go with the flying tomato, Shaun White. He's the best at what he does, and he's opening himself up to great risk, but also great reward, because he continues to dominate his sport. And that's something that is so difficult to do. It's so hard to do.
I think Shaun White did the best just because of the fact that it's his third gold medal, and he absolutely killed it with his 2 1440s in a row.
So I've had a crush on Shaun White since I was 8. So I think Shaun White did really good because he keeps winning, and I still have a crush on him.
Other countries that performed well were Norway and Germany, winning 39 and 31 total medals respectively. Norway performed very well in cross-country skiing, while Germany took half of all the medals in the luge category. Two other notes are that the Netherlands won 16 of 20 medals in the speed skating category, and a heated rivalry was settled between the USA and Canadian women's ice hockey team when USA defeated Canada 3-2. With a trend like this, it seems to be that some countries perform better in certain sports than others.
They have more snow, or they have more territory that is good for them to practice. In some countries, they don't even have that. So,
Yeah, I think it's just rooted in tradition and the more than apparent effect of coaching and just the athletes they're able to turn out year after year. And you have to consider also that they're just not competing during the Olympic season. They're competing every year in different types of events and different challenges. So, hey, they're the best at what they do because I think it's something that's a bit primordial. It's something that's traditional for them.
I think that happens just because some countries have the better conditions. For example, Canada has just got colder conditions, so they do better in winter Olympic sports.
By the end, the Winter Olympics were very successful. Norway took the most medals, while the United States still showed a strong performance. With 2022's Winter Olympics already set in Beijing, China, athletes can already start to get ready for next time and work on whatever improvements they need to be made. Who knows what the USA or other countries' roster will look like in the future, but we do know one thing: they will consist of highly talented athletes. Congratulations to all of the athletes that performed this year in the 2018 Winter Olympics. For Monthly Rewind, Season 22, I'm Miguel Morgan.